Thank you again to EA and the Creator Network for making this video possible. One of the biggest things that people have been wondering about for Jedi Survivor is the updates made to the map and traversal abilities, and whether they make finding your way through the game easier than what we experienced in Jedi Fallen Order. Anyone who braved into Zepho in the last few years knows the pain that getting lost in Fallen Order brings as a gamer, especially someone who's trying to 100% the game. So let's talk about it. The game devs for Jedi Survivor have made large steps in the right direction as far as updating the game from the original, adding in a lot of new and cool mechanics that will really elevate the playability of the game, especially with the fact that the game is so much bigger and has so many new open world aspects. The first difference comes when looking at the map. When looking at the map in Jedi Survivor, it looks very similar to the map that we've seen in Fallen Order. It has the same mechanics to view it all, but there are a few differences that will make a big impact while you game, just to help show you where you need to go. The first big difference is that they added a new line that shows you where you came from. It's just a simple yellow line that trails off and shows you the last couple yards that you've traveled, so you know where you've been, so you can hopefully better understand where you need to go, whether that's backtracking or taking a different path. The next change that they've made to the map to help you better know where you need to go is they've added markers that you can either make using your binoculars or make on the map itself, which you can't see in the world while you're gaming, just like you can't see the markers for the missions while gaming, but it will allow you to know where you're trying to explore even if it's not a mission. This will be very nice for people trying to 100% the game and using some kind of guide, because it will allow you to mark where you need to go so you don't have to keep remembering. Or you can also mark cool and important things that you want to return to. Next, and I think the biggest thing that a lot of people are very excited about, is just fast travel. You can now fast travel from each meditation spot to another. This incentivizes you to visit as many of these spots as you can, so you can fast travel anywhere you'd like around the map. Fast travel is easy, and I know I used it a lot while I was playing since I knew I had limited time. It's especially nice when you travel into deep cave systems like the one where you fight the Rancor that has a meditation spot down at the end, because it allows you to just fast travel out instead of having to backtrack entirely through a maze-like situation. I think fast travel is going to be the biggest impact as far as traversal goes for this game, allowing you most likely to get back to your ship in a blink of an eye or get from your ship to far across the map. It's just going to make gaming for more casual gamers so much easier. I also can't talk about the new traversal mechanics without mentioning the new creature mount mechanics that you run into throughout the game. The first one you get to experience is riding with the Belter, which is a flyer Cal can tame to soar throughout the skies with. This allows you to get to areas you otherwise couldn't traverse. But no, this isn't like a zipline. You actually have to maneuver the Belter where you want to go and avoid hitting walls and trees along the way. The next mount you get to experience is the Neko, which is an adorable bipedal creature that Cal tames to ride around the environment that allows you to get around faster, and also allows you to jump to higher areas you couldn't reach otherwise. Y'all know I love creatures, so I'm very glad they added this into the game. This is also a fun way to get around, especially on the Neko, if you don't want to use fast travel, and you just want to see the scenery, but get around in a faster way. Now I just want to go over some of the other cool game mechanics that have been added to the traversal experience for the game that we didn't have in Fallen Order. First and foremost, you start off the game with double jump. This makes life so much easier than in Fallen Order, where you start off with just a single jump and have to play with it for almost half of the game. In the same vein, you also start off the game being able to wall run, which is also a learned skill, although you get it earlier on in the first game. In addition to double jump and wall running, there are a few new ways you can travel around. We know that there are still climbable walls utilizing metal plating or vines and such, but there is now a new way to scale large flat walls. Cal now has a new maneuver where he can jump off and propel himself up slightly on some flat looking walls, so it's not all just climbing. You now have the side to side wall jump when you come across a slim looking area where you can jump from wall to slowly ascend an area. In addition to that, Cal also has a new ascension cable he can use to grapple up to certain areas that are clearly marked. Cal also still has the ability to utilize BD1 to go up and down zip lines, which you sometimes have to do puzzles to deploy. In past trailers, we've seen a few other ways Cal can traverse, such as in-air dashes and stabbing into walls with his saber to slow his descent, but those aren't things that you start off the game with. I know I didn't get to experience them, at least, and so I'll be interested to see when we get those. All in all, the game devs have heard the cries of the gamers stuck in Zepho and have given us the new tools that we need to combat getting lost as much. I will say that even with all the new additions, I found myself running in circles, but that's mostly just because I didn't want to miss out on any of the fun and cool things that the game devs have filled this game with. I can't wait to explore more of the world in only a few more weeks. So, do you think you'll end up using the fast travel mechanic a lot? Let me know down in the comments. If you want to stay up to date with my coverage of Jedi Survivor and me, feel free to hit the subscribe button down below. But as always, thank you for watching. May the Force be with you. Goodbye!